Alright, in today's video, I want to talk about testosterone and why testosterone is really important. So first, a lot of young men and maybe even older men think that, testosterone is not a very important topic. It's not really important. The thing is just, it's whatever, But, so many years I didn't really look into it. I didn't really pay attention too much about it. I was watching a lot of bodybuilding influencers and other influencers talking about diet and stuff like that, and training hard. Those are good stuff, but when I was going on a bulk 3 times, I never really built any mass. I didn't build muscle despite training hard in my first few years. And I just thought, why am I like this? Because I started comparing myself with other people, how I look, and I just feel shame. I feel insecure. Everyone's looking jacked and I'm not looking jacked. And I just, it was driving me crazy, I kept thinking about it even when I was asleep and when I was going to work. I just couldn't get it out of my head. Why am I not building muscle? I'm bulking, right? So I should be building muscle. I'm training hard. It is testosterone. And, if you go to a blood test, NHS, if you live in UK, or I don't know, wherever part you live in the world, a lot of them will just say, yeah, it's, average, it's okay, once you get the blood test. And I had my blood test done 3 times now, third this year. And the first 2 blood tests came back really low. But in their own words, they said, it's all right, you don't need to worry about it. That's normal levels. It's average. And a part of me, believed that. But there was another part of me, was disagreeing, because I did a bit of research about it here and there. And, as a man, you shouldn't really have that kind of numbers. It was like 300 something nanogram per deciliter. Yeah, really, really low, I know. And it's crazy, these doctors, they will say, oh yeah, it's average. They got a skinny neck. They probably got a belly. They drink beer in the weekends. They're not that active. And a lot of their research is old research from years ago, outdated research. And they learn what's on the research and they share it to their clients in surgeries, GPs. And that is the truth, So basically, our testosterone needs to be triple than our grandfathers, because there's something interesting about testosterone, because when I was in this cafe in London, I saw this guy, he was dressed very well. He had a really good energy, he was very happy. When you see guys like that, there's something about them, they have this boyish energy, but it's nice, it's good. And they look masculine, they're charming, they're just really happy, they don't look depressed, upset. And this is like testosterone, when you have high testosterone, really, really high, you will feel like that. And when I saw this, when I witnessed this, I was, happy, I wasn't sad or anything, but I wasn't like that person, and I was thinking in my head, I wish I could be that person right now, and yeah, because I feel like every man should be like that. There's no reason we should be low energy, low mood, low motivation, um not having this boyish energy. It's just not good. A lot of men I see, like, they developing, gyno, man boobs. I was in that position as well, and I got bullied, and they have a skinny fat physique. They just look weird. They look like a woman. It's just bad. Like, it's really bad. Like, if we took ourselves back years and years ago, we try time travel, we could see how men were behaving compared to now. Right now, testosterone is declining like 2, 3, or 5% per year. It's jumping really high. I feel like this topic needs to be, spread more often, and it's not important. Everything is about AI, NFTs and the nice Gucci and all other rubbish that's unrelated, But this topic needs to be spoken, We drink bottles out of plastic. We consume a lot of plastic. We touch plastics. We touch receipts. I know some of you probably, you work in a retail place, and of course you're going to have to touch receipts. But if you can, try to like put gloves if they let you. We just consume all these bad things: BPA, atrazine, EE2. You can search these things up. I'm not making this up. Like all these bad chemicals, and it's going inside our body. And this is why it's not only, messing up our hormones, but it's also messing other things as well. It's like, it won't happen now, but 20 years, 30 years from now, we can develop diabetes, cancer, liver problems, these kind of things, and we all think it's only just coming from food. And yeah, it's sad, man. Like, especially like, South Asian men. If any South Asian men are watching this, you're coming from India, Sri Lanka, Tamil. In our culture, basically, we like to eat a lot of rice, paripu, and naan bread. Those kind of like, South Asian food. It's nice, but it can really destroy your testosterone levels. And this is why you see like their families, and when they get older, they get married, they're developing breasts, and they're developing their body like a woman. They get diabetes, other bad diseases, and it's sad to say, but like, a lot of these people just don't live long. A lot of these people just die early, and yeah, this is the truth. So yeah, I've recently been staying out a lot in the sunlight here in the UK. It's very hot. It's not very hot that much today compared to yesterday, but I'm getting a lot of sunlight. I'm sometimes having a lot of cold showers, eating a lot of eggs, 8 eggs, sometimes 10 eggs. Yeah, I see a difference. But there's still room for improvement. I'm still, adding new things to improve my levels. So, but basically, just like, don't just listen to doctors, because a lot of these doctors, even if they have degrees, they have certificates, they don't know what they're talking about. They're just yapping, they are just yapping, and they think they know everything. Especially a lot of these doctors on YouTube as well. A lot of these doctors have channels. There is one good doctor, but I'm not 100% sure. I haven't watched him for a while. His name is Dr. Berg. He also talks about testosterone levels. You can look him up on YouTube. And he says also, like a lot of guys who have low testosterone, they develop like a woman, they speak like a woman, they behave like a woman. And a lot of these guys, when they become like this, they don't have a woman, because women are gonna fall in love with these kind of men because they look like women. Women want to go for masculine, independent, strong men, disciplined men, who look more alpha and stuff like that. And you want to look like those type of men, like warriors back in the million was it million years ago? Well, basically, Roman Empire, and those kind of times, when there was a lot of wars going on and stuff. You can read their history in Wikipedia or somewhere if you want. But yeah, back then, men were proper warriors, men were really strong, and everyone was jacked, man. Everyone was jacked. Now, if you go out, like outside your house, like you only see jacked men in your gym. But even then, like it's maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 men are jacked. It's like, yeah, they probably take stuff, but this is how you want to build your frame. This is how you want to display yourself as a man. So definitely do get a lot of sunlight. It's really important. If you're working full time, get like a bike, ride your bike out in the sunlight on the way to work and coming back from work. Don't stay indoors all day, man. Seriously, that's just really bad for you. You don't want to do that. You don't want to stay indoors all the time. You want to be out, get your steps in, exercise, especially if you're trying to cut right now for summer, trying to get shredded. Make sure you check off those boxes. I'll definitely make a full guide on testosterone in the near future and post it on YouTube. But so basically I'm going to pitch you right now. Don't worry, no pressure. But if you want to skip this, you can do if you want to. Basically, I have a free community to help men like you develop brilliant energy, drive, motivation, and discipline so they can have a positive impact in their life and actually achieve their goals. It's a free community. It's going to have a lot of courses inside. I have some courses already, but I'm going to be posting a lot of content now because this is my priority right now, helping you guys live a better life and become, basically become the best version of yourselves, right? So this is my goal right now. This is my mission. And so if that's something you're interested in and I convince you, you can click the link below this video and you can go check it out. Again, it's completely free to join, but I also have like my one-on-one mentorship program. If you're really serious and you really want to see results faster, then you can consider joining my one-on-one mentorship program. All right, until then, take care and I shall see you next time. Peace.